to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen, and I really appreciate you watching. First, if you miss any part of the show today, you can go to verdevalleytv.com. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out at myradioplace.com. No excuses. I don't want to hear excuses when I'm in the grocery line. Oh, I made that. You can go online and see anything you missed today. Great show, as always. So much happening in the Verde Valley. Events upon fundraisers, upon shows, upon cool things, upon holidays. Way too much stuff happening. Our lobby is absolutely packed. We had to pull out the extra chairs today. You know it's going to be a good show. Our first guests today are from the League of Women Voters. We have member Robin Prudhomme-Bauer along with local board member Ellen Ferreira. Since 1920, the League of Women's Voters has been an activist grassroots organization whose leaders believe that citizens should play a role in advocacy. Robin and Ellen will be talking about all the things that are happening right now. Local elections up the wazoo this year is amazing. Plus 100 years of the League of Women Voters. Lots of great events around that too. So they're going to talk to us about that. Our next guest from the semi-annual Clarkdale Gem and Mineral Show, which is happening February 28th through March 1st. The Mingus Gem and Mineral Club puts on this amazing weekend-long event. And Bill Hedglin, he's the show chair, will be here to fill us in all the details. He's a lovely, lovely gentleman, and he's going to talk about all the things you can find there. It's a great family-friendly event. If you like gems or minerals or rocks or anything like that, you're absolutely going to love it. And by the way, it's free, which is really awesome. Another great free event here in the Verde Valley. Then from the Old Town Mission, we'll have Executive Director Kelly Wilson. She's here to talk about the Sip, Savor, and Support event that they're having on February 29th. It features local restaurants, wineries, breweries, entertainment. The goal, of course, of the event is to help fund the many ongoing services. You know, they provide all kinds of things for the elderly, for single parents with children, veterans, homeless, working class families, all in the Verde who just are struggling to make ends meet. The mission is there for them. Now it's your turn to come out and be there for the mission. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our sponsors at Cat and Verde Links, to Page Springs Hatchery, and we'll talk with Western Regional Hatchery Coordinator Cindy Dunn. She's going to update us on what's been going on at the hatchery, all the winter stockings, and all the news, everything you need to know about. There's a really cool place. Again, free admission if you want to go check this out too. Then we'll finish out our show today with music from Red RockAppella Chorus, known as the Red Rock Reflections. They're doing Valentine's grams, calling and showing up at people. This will be fun. And then they also are looking for new members. If you want to be a member, now is the time. So you're going to want to stay through the end of the show to see that. So let's get started because we have a lot of people to talk to today. From the League of Women Voters, we have Robin Prudhomme-Bauer along with Ellen Ferreira. Thank you so much for being here, ladies.
Well, thank you so much, Jen, for having us.
Oh my gosh, you don't have time to sleep this year. No. There is so much going on. You know, even if you just take, okay, let's take the 100-year celebration of the League of Women Voters. That's like, oh, so exciting. And then, of course, all the elections that are happening in the next couple of months. Insane.
It is insane. I think I'll let Ellen talk a little bit about the 100th anniversary because we have some wonderful celebrations.
That is very exciting.
We do. Our first one is coming up on February the 20th at Poco Diablo Resort. We have Katie Hobbs as our main speaker and local historian Janine Trevelyan, who will be portraying Carrie Chapman Catt, who was the founder of the League of Women Voters 100 years ago.
Wow.
So it should be a great event. We're all looking forward to it. We've got lots of people registered already, and it should be fun.
Should be a lot of fun. Yes,
that
absolutely. Yes, 100 years. It's hard to believe that, you know, women just had the right to vote for 100 years. And in fact, most of us didn't have the right to vote, a lot of voters, until 1965 with the passage of the Civil Rights Act. So it's been a long struggle, and that's why you see a really big push today to vote, get out and vote, register and vote. It's our civic duty to do that, and responsible for our communities to make sure that we're, you know, electing people that represent our communities. That's what it's all about. So.
Absolutely. Your vote, your voice, it's your choice. You've got to go out and vote for someone. If you vote for no one, then anybody can just walk in. Right. You know, that's no good.
And if you don't vote, you're voting for the status quo in many cases.
So there you go. Absolutely. That's scary.
Yeah, it is
when
a
you
little
think
scary,
about
isn't
that. So much has changed in the Verde Valley since the League of Voters came around, for sure.
Yeah, well, the League in Arizona has been around since 1950, so, you know, we've got a long history here. In the Verde Valley, we've been around since the early 1980s. with its roots in the Sedona Oak Creek area, and over the years we've expanded to include the whole greater Verde Valley.
Wow.
So, there's a lot of issues. We work together on many issues across our different municipalities in the county. So
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. And when you do all this, out of a feeling of civic duty, civic pride, and volunteerism.
It's all volunteer-based. We love doing this because we're all political junkies. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Political junkies.
we're
I
all
love
In
it.
one way, shape, or form.
We're all very patriotic. We
Yes.
really care.
Yes.
we
We
do
want
care.
to see people vote. We want to see democracy work correctly, and that won't happen if people don't show up at the polls.
Correct.
And there's issues we want to make sure that are brought out to the public, that they get a chance to understand them, learn about them, both from both sides of the issue, and come to their own conclusions on it. So we have a rich history of bringing not only our candidate events forward, but also issue topics for people to discuss. Recently we had something on fracking, which was really quite interesting. And that was something we hadn't had much information about, and it does affect our area. It's interesting. It does affect our area, but there's water issues, voting rights issues, voter suppression issues, education issues. That's a big one at the state level right now. So issues and candidates are really important for us.
I bet. And this is a huge year.
Oh, yes.
There's so much going on. There's so much going on. I had to print out this entire sheet because there was no way I was going to remember any of this, and it didn't fit on my tiny little card. So there's so much going on. You did a wonderful job of putting this together for us.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
With the key dates along with the last day to register to vote. Of course, March 17th for the Democratic Party. There's the presidential preference election. So February 18th, which is like, either tomorrow or past tomorrow, is your last chance to register to vote for that.
Right.
Of course, the primary election on August 4th. You've got until July 6th. But why are you waiting if you're not registering? Just go now. It's been made very simple, I have to say.
Yes.
A lot of headway has been made in how easy it is to go and vote, to get your vote in, to make it count, to register to vote. All the obstacles to that seem to have kind of been pushed aside now.
Right, you can do it easily online in most cases, and also we have something like how many different sites, 18 or 20 different sites around the Verde Valley that we're having registration events, or there's registration material available. You'll see us out at different events. We'll see us at the libraries, in front of grocery stores, many different places. So if you need to register to vote because you haven't, or you need to change your address, please come and see us. We'll make sure that happens. Or you can go to servicearizona.com, and you can do all of that online also.
Yes, from the comfort of your living room or your office or wherever you're at. That's a really easy way to do it. And if you need to update your address, that's very important, especially if you're on the early voter list.
Yes.
You need to update because your package is going to go someplace else, and then your voice doesn't count, so we don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
I love that the League is always doing things. You're having these celebrations around this 100-year anniversary, which is awesome. But I see you all the time in the paper. Oh, we're having this thing, and then we're having that thing, and there's a discussion, and there's get out to vote, and You're so busy. You don't sit around and go, once a year we do something. It's every few weeks you're doing something.
We're having something that's really special at the Camp Verde Library. It's called Voices and Votes, Democracy in America. And it's a Smithsonian exhibit that only comes to very few places. I think there's only 3 places in the state of Arizona that were awarded this. And it will be a visual exhibition that the League is co-sponsoring with the library. It starts the 28th of March, and goes through May the 9th. And that's going to be terrific, and it will be a whole history of voting. And of course, this is tied in with the women's suffrage, which is also celebrating 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment.
Wow.
So that'll be a great show at the Camp Verde Library.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic. And if you go online, if you go to LWV, so League of Women Voters, verdevalley.com, lots of information there about the upcoming events, about the league itself, how to get involved if you want to become a member. And then, of course, if you look right now, what's happening, I mean, geez, Camp Verde, mayor, 3 council seats. Clarkdale, mayor, 3 council seats. Cottonwood is looking for a mayor and 3 council seats. Jerome, all 5 council seats. Sedona, a mayor, 3 council seats. And I don't even have time to get into the county races or the state races. It's all of this right here. It's a lot.
Well, and if people are interested in running for one of these seats, election packets are available at your city or town clerk offices. And this is the time that you notify your intention that you're going to run for elected office, and I encourage anybody who is interested in that to do it.
Excellent.
It's get involved in your communities, and if you don't run for elected office, get involved in your boards and commissions in your communities. Those are very important. You learn an awful lot of what goes on in your community about that. And I just wanted to mention a little bit about the March presidential preference election coming up. That one is only for Democrats, and you must be registered as a Democrat to vote in that election.
Okay.
So you do need to go and re-register if you're undesignated, quote, independent. You can't vote in that until you register as a Democrat, or if you are a Republican, you want to register as a Democrat, you can do that too.
Okay.
But you must be a registered Democrat to vote in that preference election.
Okay.
Then you can change your registration back, because that's really easy to do in Arizona.
If you want more information on the League of Women Voters, go to lwvverdevalley.com. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Robin, for being here. Keep
Thank
up the
you,
good work.
Jen, for having us very much.
We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Regrow, repair, replace. Regenerative medicine is the process of creating living, functional tissues to repair or replace tissue or organ function lost due to age, disease, damage, or congenital defects. Dr. Forrest Lanchbury and the team at Sedona Regenerative Medicine specialize in finding relief for patients suffering from chronic pain. Contact Sedona Regenerative Medicine to learn about anti-aging medicines that will help your body heal itself. 928-282-2520 or SedonaRegen.com.
Solid Rock Fitness is a one-on-one fitness studio specializing in fitness over 50. I train older adults of all fitness levels, from athletes and avid sports participants to folks with chronic pain to those recovering from surgeries. You and I will focus on strength training to improve overall muscle tone, core conditioning, balance, agility, flexibility, and nutrition. Mastery of these components of fitness will help you live your life to the fullest with confidence and competence.
Start your journey toward better health with Ageless Touches Massage Therapy. Licensed massage therapist Richard Stevens uses the latest and best equipment to relieve scar tissue, electronic smog, and tinnitus. Ageless Touches does everything they can to work your issues down to the bone. Improve your path to better health with Ageless Touches Massage.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm now speaking with Bill Hedglin. He is the Gem Show Chair for the semi-annual Clarkdale Gem and Mineral Show. Really cool. Great weekend of fun. Thank you for being here, Bill.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's just so neat. I love it under all the lights, all the glittering of everything and the excitement of the people.
Yeah.
And my daughter, since she could scoot, was collecting rocks. we have, I don't know how many, 100 or so specimens. And that was her thing. So she got me into it. And now that she's a teenager and she's like, there's a Gem and Mineral Club? You know, Mingus has a Gem and Mineral Club. Did you know this is so cool?
Well, we're having our annual show, or semi-annual show this year, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, February 28th, 29th, and March 1st. It's at the Clark Memorial Clubhouse Auditorium in Clarkdale there. It's in that big complex where the police station is.
Yes.
We have hourly raffles, and we have 24 vendors, so we're maxed out as far as available table space, have been for about a month.
All right.
And we are going to have hourly raffles. And the kids' room, we'll have a kids' room. We have a lady, Prudy Zale, who is excellent with the kids. She's been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And they have a spinning wheel, and they get a free rock, and then they get other free rocks. And we have some sand in big Tupperware things that they can dig around and discover things. So
cool.
it's fun for the kids.
Yes.
And because we have such low overhead in this show, we do not charge admission, so it's free to the public.
It's amazing.
And, last 3 or 4 shows, we've averaged 900 to 1,000 people through the door.
Wow.
In the 3-day period.
That's fantastic. That's very, very cool. This area is known for its minerals, so we have a lot of mineral buffs here.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get involved?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll try to make it short, but like your daughter, I started collecting pretty rocks when I was 5 or 6 years old. By the 8th grade, got a questionnaire, what do you want to do? And I wanted to become a geologist. Joined a local rock club in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and got my geology degree at the University of Nebraska way last century. I won't say when, but and I retired about coming up on 5 years ago from the oil and gas, 40 years in the oil and gas industry as a geologist. So
Wow.
very rewarding career.
Well, that's wonderful.
And since I retired, I got back into the local rock club and collecting. And we do take several trips a year.
Wow.
Collecting trips. So
Well, that's very cool.
that's a good way for kids to learn too.
There you go.
Go out with people that know the area.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, because a shiny, pretty, glittery rock is cool, but you walk past all those ones maybe aren't so shiny, didn't know how special they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's your specialty?
Well, I'm also a vendor. I've got a good mineral collection and agates, but mostly I'm a vendor cutting slabs, selling slabs, a little jewelry now and then.
Nice.
There is a lot of jewelry in these shows. A lot of very talented people do wire wrapping and beadwork and that sort of thing. I sell mostly agates and various things I've collected or bought. So.
Sure. Nice. That's great. Well, that's a lot of vendors. You said you had
24 vendors.
24 different vendors. That's a lot.
That's a very large facility there in Clarkdale. And like I said, the town of Clarkdale does sponsor us, and the club is very thankful to them. It's just a great venue to have our show.
That's great. If someone wants to get involved in the club, perhaps someone watching is thinking, wow, I've collected things forever and I would love to be part of the club.
Okay.
Well, they should come by for sure.
We meet at the Elks Club just outside of Clarkdale. If you're coming from Cottonwood to Clarkdale, it's on the left-hand side of the road right before you make that turn up Main Street. We meet at the first Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. We usually have raffle items and a silent auction.
Wow.
We almost always have a speaker on many different subjects.
Wow. Well, that's
So
neat. What does it cost to be a member?
It's $15 or I think $25 for a couple.
Oh,
But, yeah,
well, that's very, very reasonable.
it is.
For sure. And then every Thursday, first Thursday of the month, you got something to do. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And we do have a trip coordinator, Jim Van Wert. He owns Jim and Ellen's Rock Shop in Old Town Cottonwood. He's been in the area for a long time. He knows all the places to go. So he leads some really nice trips that I think people would enjoy.
Wow. Well, that is really neat. First Thursday of the month, 6 o'clock at the Elks Club over in Clarkdale. Go check it out. If you want to go to the semi-annual Clarkdale Gem and Mineral Show and Sale, it's at the Clark Memorial Clubhouse Auditorium. It's right there on 9th Street in Clarkdale, and it starts February 28th, then runs the 29th and March 1st. So Friday, Saturday, they open at 9 and they're there till 5. And on Sunday, it's from 10 to 4. There is free admission, sponsored by the town of Clarkdale. Thank you. Check out clarkdale.az.gov. And then you can go to the club website for more information about the Mingus Gem Club. Go to mingusgem.club and you'll find more information there. How long have you been in this area, Bill?
We moved down here from northern Montana in 2012.
Wow.
And then I retired in 2015, got back into the whole rock club
Nice.
scene. So
Do you have a lot of members?
we're currently at about 75 members.
Wow, that's a lot.
We'd like to get some younger people involved. A lot of us are my age or older, so but that's part of having these shows in the kids' room, hopefully to get some parents and kids interested.
Oh yes, it's wonderful. The kids' activities are just great, and it, instilling that thirst for discovery and that knowledge of the natural things around you, and turning something that, like, they're going to walk around after going to that show and they're going to be looking at the ground, picking up rocks, and and all that excitement, and maybe they'll want to be a geologist or a scientist or the next inventor of some sort. It's a wonderful way to inspire your kids to look at their surroundings and be in this wonderful environment that we have.
It really is, especially Arizona. There's so many different types of things you can collect in Arizona. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've got, like I said, a huge collection in the window just from being here. Yeah. It's just great. And then, of course, the vendors. Hey, lots of great vendors. And the rocks are beautiful, that natural beauty. If you want a gift for somebody or something, it's a great way to go. And
yeah, we have a lot of mineral dealers, fossil dealers, like I said before, a lot of jewelry of various types. Okay. So a little bit of everything.
All right, so don't forget to take the kids. Kid-friendly, of course. Free admission. You cannot beat that. Again, because you probably missed it. February 28th through March 1st at the Clarkdale Memorial Clubhouse. Thank you so much for being here, Bill.
Oh, you're
Have
welcome.
a great show. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Breakthrough Medicine's Dr. Shada Sina offers comprehensive hormone testing and customized hormone therapy with a focus on lifestyle medicine, weight loss, allergy drops, brain and digestive health, seasonal detox, and nutrition. Dr. Sina is a referral physician for Suzanne Summers, specializing in bioidentical hormones for men and women. Breakthrough Medicine is located in Cottonwood's Hot Yoga Plaza. Call for a 15-minute complimentary new patient consultation, 928-649-0269, or visit online at breakthrough-medicine.com.
Been hearing about the crazy benefits of CBD? Find out how CBD can help you at Sedona's #1 resource, CBD Sedona. Come in for a free consultation and let our trained medical staff help you find the perfect product for you. Pain-relieving salves, full-spectrum oils, honeys, teas, cookies, and even CBD for pets. Ready to feel fantastic? Come on by CBD Sedona today.
Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging uses a state-of-the-art medical digital camera to take a picture and create a map of the body's infrared patterns, later interpreted by an MD specially trained in reading thermography. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging is the leading medical imaging and proactive healthcare, detecting early danger signs years before other tools, finding early breast disease up to 8 years before mammography may detect it. Schedule a scan with Carol today. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging. Say yes to thermography.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Kelly Wilson. She's the Executive Director of the Old Town Mission, one of my favorite places.
Thank you so much.
I'm there often. Checking it out. As far as the resale store goes, I love shopping there.
I do too.
It's the best. I just bought a chandelier. Don't tell my boyfriend. I bought a chandelier the other day, and lots of lighting and furniture and sweaters. My daughter's growing all the time. The clothing shop is the best way to buy clothes, and of course, it supports the mission. It supports
absolutely does.
all the programs that you do. It amazes me, and every year I see the mission is thriving, and it's helping more and more people. Just great job.
Right. Thank you so much. Yeah, we just got a grant so we can add some more second chance employment over the thrift store. So that's awesome. So people with employment barriers, we just got $20,000 from United Way to hire some people that are just struggling to find a job. So that's just awesome.
That is awesome. That
all
is
goes to
awesome.
that.
So kudos to you and your grant writer too, as well.
That was me. Thank you.
That was you. All right. You're awesome.
We do everything. Yeah.
Yes, that is right. You do everything. So tell us in a nutshell, real quick, what are all the projects and the programs that the mission does here in the Verde Valley?
Yes. It seems like we just do so much that people don't know about. So the second chance employment is something that really people don't know. That most of the people that work at our thrift store have some kind of employment barrier. And if you're coming out of prison or you're older and you need to go back to work, that's just really hard to find a job. So we have that. Of course, we have the food pantry for everyone that's struggling to make ends meet. We have free clothes. We've got free legal advice, free dental clinics, produce markets, hot meals, and we just expanded to Saturdays. So now on Saturday at 11 a.m. we're serving a hot meal down at the Mission. And so really just so much. And of course all the holiday events, the Great Turkey Giveaway, Operation Back to School for the kids going back to school. We're really just trying to help the families that are struggling to make ends meet.
That's true. Now if someone is struggling out there or knows someone who is struggling, what should they do? How do they get started?
You know, if they go down to the Mission Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., there's somebody there. We might not be doing services, but we'll give them food. So if they come to the door, we're going to get them food. We can kind of get them set up, but really there's no qualifiers. We do have an application, but it's just so simple. And if you're struggling, you need some help, just come on in the first time and we'll show you around and give you a schedule so you know everything and when everything is, and you'll be able to get all the help that you need.
Well, that's wonderful. And speaking of help that you might need, how is the volunteerism going? Are you in need for volunteers?
It seems like we're always in need of volunteers, and it's just so because we use so many. So today we probably had about 10 different volunteers there between 9 and 2 o'clock, and 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon. So really 20 volunteers almost every single day. And so we're always looking for volunteers. Just come in and talk to Jeremy and he'll get you set up. And of course, if you're wanting to help at the thrift store, not shop, so you might not be able to volunteer there, but really we're always looking for volunteers everywhere. And of course, community service with kids that are needing probation hours. We work with youth probation and adult probation.
Wow,
so.
You got it all covered.
We do.
It really does. More information can be found at oldtownmission.org if you go there. All the different tabs you can click on will lead you to all the different resources and contacts and frequently asked questions and the who's who and the what's happening and the events. Speaking of events,
yes,
we have the most wonderful event coming up on February 29th, the Sip, Savor, and Support event. This is fun. I like this.
It is. We're so excited. It's the first time we've ever done a fundraiser, so we really rely on individual donations, but we wanted to do something during our slow months because all of our funding typically comes in October, November, December, so we are just nonstop during those 3 months because it's almost 50% of our funding for the entire year comes in, and December is the busiest month for us. But we wanted to do something that brought awareness during the slow months. So January, February, and March are really the slowest months for donations that come in. So we are doing a first ever fundraising event, the Great Taste Experience. We're bringing in some amazing restaurants, wineries, and breweries, and so everyone will get a taste of something. And we have some dessert bar and some local entertainment, and I think Devin Angelette will be singing here. She is one of our performers. And hopefully it's just going to be a great event to bring awareness, and it's February 29th, 4 to 7, and we are kind of, the food will be kind of 4 to 6, and then we got some special presentations from 6 to 7. Some live performances and everything that people can come back for. So
very cool.
Lots of different things. Wine pool, silent auction.
Wine pool?
Yes, so it's a secret wine pool. All the wine will be valued at least $20, but a lot of them are valued at more. And they come with a unique wine holder. And so it's kind of like a blind pull, so you see the designs and you just get to choose one, and so you get to, it's a $20 pull, and you might get one that's worth $100, $50, who knows.
How neat.
And then some culinary demonstrations, live auction, different things, and I think Jackie Bessler will be there with us doing the MC and keeping us moving. And
well, that's fantastic.
It'll be a great,
that's great. So February 29th, and it starts at 4
p.m. down at the Cottonwood Clubhouse, the beautiful renovated clubhouse down there.
So
and
nice.
We wanted to do it in Old Town, so you don't have to feel like you have to stay. You can come in, have a couple wine samples, but maybe walk out into Old Town, come back, get a few more, and then make sure you're there for the live performances. And it's going to be a great night. So if they want tickets, they can go to otmevents.org or just call us down at the Old Town Mission, and we will get you a ticket, and they're $50 a piece.
Okay, and all that money goes to support the mission supporting the Verde Valley.
Right to the mission, yes.
Yeah, which is great, and it's so needed. Just so neat. I mean, I don't know how you serve the hundreds of people you serve.
It doesn't like
every week.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and that the money and the donations that are needed, and you know, just and this is a wonderful way to do it. You can go and you can have fun. You have a little wine, enjoy a little entertainment, hang out with local residents, and support the mission.
Absolutely, we appreciate it. I think last year we gave away, served 19,000 meals and almost about the same amount of food boxes.
Wow.
So it's just a nonstop.
That's great.
Down there.
So other than financial donations, which are always helpful because they can be put wherever the need is greatest, how are your needs looking these days?
Well, we are kind of going into our leaner months, but we just were blessed by the LDS church from Salt Lake City. They sent a semi-truck filled with non-perishables and canned goods. So amazingly, this is kind of when we start running out of stuff after the holidays. We are really well stocked on that, but of course, you know, warm clothes, sleeping bags, socks, hygiene items. People don't think about that because we give showers there every day, so we go through shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, all that stuff that we just naturally always have in our, you know, our medicine cabinets. It's not always needed.
Think about that. Okay, great.
So bring any of that stuff down. Of course, any of the donations to the thrift store, the furniture, we've got to keep the furniture going because everyone's coming in to buy it every Saturday. It's amazing how much stuff goes out of there, but it's all funding the mission and giving people a great place to buy quality merchandise for small prices. It's amazing.
That's true. It's absolutely gorgeous. Check it out. It's right there on 89A bypass in Mingus.
Yes, and we just bought it. I was amazed. We're having a business celebration on Tuesday at 9 a.m. this coming Tuesday, February 11th, celebrating that, but we just closed like 2 weeks ago. So we're so excited. So you'll see some changes. We've already ripped out some walls.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was going on there. Oh, because it's now yours.
It's now ours.
Oh, congratulations.
And
That's
so we'll
really
be celebrating that in the 2 refrigerated trucks that we got towards the end of
wonderful.
End of the year.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a sign that you're doing it right. It's
Yes,
extremely successful.
Yes, we're so happy for that.
Yes, that's real. We're very blessed to have you in the Verde Valley. You're right where you need to be, and thank you so much for everything you do. More information can be found at oldtownmission.org. Check it out, oldtownmission.org. Shop, donate, you know, refer a friend, whatever is needed in our community. They're there for you, oldtownmission.org. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
Ishmael's Landscaping and Tree Service has the experience to start and finish a successful project for all your landscaping and tree needs. They are licensed, insured, and bonded with 20 years of professional service in the Verde Valley. Turn your backyard into an oasis for relaxation and entertaining with Ishmael's staff, 2 decades of landscaping expertise. Visit them at ishmaellandscape.com, ISMAEL landscape.com. Landscape, hardscape, tree service, and maintenance.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here at the Page Springs Hatchery. We're underneath the housetop next to the raceways. We have with us Cindy Dunn, who is the Regional Hatchery Coordinator, the Western Regional Hatchery Coordinator. I got it. I got it.
You got it.
And I was just remarking on what a lovely job you must have.
Oh,
it's so peaceful in here and so beautiful with all these fish. We're surrounded by, well, you said that one raceway had about 35,000 fish in it. And then we have, we have about like 12 raceways, so we're looking at a lot of fish.
I mean, that's got a lot in it. We're anywhere from 10,000 to 35,000 in each of these raceways.
Wow. And the fish that we're surrounded by are these incredible rainbow trout. The ones in this raceway are about 6 to 8 inches long.
Right.
And the purpose of the hatchery is to create fish to then stock Oak Creek and like the Verde River, and what else do you do?
Well, we stock the whole state, basically.
Wow.
So this is one of the few trout hatcheries where we raise fish and stock them year-round, because most of the trout hatcheries are in higher elevations. They can't get in and out in the wintertime with all the snow and the bad roads. But we stock, like right now is our winter stocking, and we go in locally, and then we go down south as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. That's great. And why do you do that? I mean, I think this must cost a lot of money. I mean, you're doing that. Why? Why does the state pay for that?
So all our money comes from fishermen, basically. So license sales and then tax dollars from when people buy fishing equipment. So the reason we do it is to put fish out there for recreational fishing. And Arizona, you know, a lot of people are like, don't even know we have trout in Arizona.
Right.
So they don't reproduce naturally. And so we just replenish the stock, so there will always be fish available for the fishermen.
Wow. And how does the restocking work? What kind of numbers does it look like every time? Or do you do per annual, we put in this many?
Yeah, annually we do probably 650 to 700,000 a year. Wow. So the state's divided in 6 regions, and each of the regional supervisors for fish will say, I need this many fish in this water and this many fish in that water. And so they'll give us a request like that once every 5 years. And so we just keep doing that until they change it and stock all the different waters in the state, basically.
Well, that's great. And when you get the fish, they're only little tiny little fish.
Yeah, they're usually 3 inches when we get them.
Right.
So
and then you grow them to release them about 10 inches?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And these raceways are so clean. You just want to go swimming. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then you have the pond outside.
Yes.
The beautiful viewing pond is absolutely gorgeous. And a visitor center if you want to come and hang out and learn about the life cycle of the fish or where they go.
Right.
Now, how did this year go for you? I know every year is different and it has its challenges with raising fish in this environment. How was this year for you?
This year was difficult. In October, during an annual inspection, we discovered the New Zealand mud snail here in the hatchery, and that basically shut us down. We didn't want to spread New Zealand mud snail, which is an invasive species. It's only really was known in the Colorado River and Lake Powell and Lake Mead before. So we shut everything down. We studied what we should do about it, how we could get rid of it, and eventually we used an ionic copper drip that we did for about 40 days. And we had like sample sets of snails in bags, and we can monitor what was happening.
Right.
And once all those snails have been killed by it, we continued to treat for another, I think, 10 days.
Well, certainly.
So we know, and so pretty much we started stocking again in January, and so far so good. When we empty a raceway, before we drive off the station, we look for snails and make sure we don't have any live snails.
Well, sure.
And then
absolutely.
once we know, then we go.
And you're good, the spread of invasive species, you wouldn't have thought of that. And how do you think the snail got in here?
So we're thinking it got transferred somehow from perhaps Lee's Ferry on the Colorado River to Oak Creek, because both areas are fly fishermen like to fish both areas. So I'm not sure that's what happened, but we have done testing on Oak Creek, and it's testing positive for the DNA of that snail all the way up into the canyon.
Wow.
So if that's what happened, then we believe an animal brought it in, because we still get birds and raccoons inside these enclosures.
Right, that's true. We're inside this enclosure. It's completely buttoned up. It's caged top to bottom and roofed over and stuff, and yet you still have problems with otters and raccoons and herons and things. And your job all day is keeping animals out.
Yeah, we try to keep them out. They usually come in at night, but we're just constantly monitoring holes and trying to keep them out of here.
Yeah, they're keeping you on your toes and keeping you busy. I bet. But what a beautiful place to work. And you can come and visit if they want to come. And what do they find inside the visitor center?
The visitor center, like you mentioned, we redid the visitor center probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And so there's the life cycle of the trout. There's also a historic timeline of the hatchery itself and when it began with the Page family, and then, from there. And then we do have life-size replicas of all the state records on the wall. Ooh. And just various information, available, or the brochures for around the state, plus for the hatchery itself. And there's a self-guided tour here at Page Springs, and you can get those brochures and the map in the visitor center. And then we also have 3 televisions in there now, and we have videos of this hatchery and the other hatcheries, and then Wildlife Views is playing on one, and then the Audubon Society has one, and that kind of shows you the trail system here that they helped build.
Oh, yes,
and then,
which is very nice.
Yeah, which is nice. And then also some bird songs where you get to identify birds by their song.
Cool.
So
Yeah, we're right here by the creek, so it's a beautiful riparian area. If you want to come and bring your picnic, you want to come and bring your kids, there's one of those stick a quarter in and get the fish food, and, and the kids can throw, and then you can identify the different fish outside. Will we see rainbow and brown trout in that pond?
In the pond, you'll only see rainbow, because we do not stock brown trout in the creek, so we don't put any in the pond.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you have one little section of brown trout here.
We do, yes. So we raise about 60,000 brown trout every year. But there's only specific waters they can go in where they won't impact any other fish species.
Oh, very good.
Because they are very piscivorous, so we don't want them getting down where there are small-bodied native fish, perhaps.
Right.
And so we only stock them in certain areas.
How neat.
Yeah.
Well, that's really neat. And thank you for being open to the public. It's very educational. Yes. I know that school groups come sometimes, and then families come again with picnics, hang out by the creek, and come and see, and just ask all kinds of questions. It's just a neat way to spend the day. So, Cindy, thank you so much for meeting with us.
Yes, you're welcome.
I really love it. What's the best part of your day when you're here? What do you enjoy doing the most?
I still like to feed the fish, although I don't get to do it as much since I'm the manager now.
Yeah.
But that and stocking is fun. It's just fun working with living creatures and producing something. So that's nice.
That's true. That's very cool. And they are absolutely, you've got to come and check them out. They're absolutely gorgeous. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
Everyone dreams of a storybook romance with ringing bells the moment they fall. This kind of love leaves too much to chance. My romance is different from them all. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitar. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance doesn't need a thing but you.
Oh, I have to clap. I don't usually clap, but I have to clap for this. Oh, how beautiful. I was swooning over there. Oh my gosh. The Red Rock Reflections, everyone, part of the Red RockAppella Chorus. Wonderful to have you. Absolutely wonderful. You were amazing. Please join us. There we go. Now, you're dressed in your Valentine's red and your beautiful Valentine's clothing to celebrate Valentine's Day. You guys are doing something really cool. Jeannie, you want to step up to the mic and tell us what you guys are going to be doing for Valentine's Day this year?
We'll be doing Singing Valentines to all of the Verde Valley, to all of the world, actually. You can call in and get a half-hour appointment. Within a half hour, we'll call you up, call your Valentine up, your loved one, your mom, sweet. No, but seriously. But in Sedona, between 2 and 8 on Valentine's Day, we'll be going to Sedona and the village of Oak Creek and doing these in person for only $30. You can come and have, you could be at a restaurant, you could be at home, you could be wherever. We'll just come to you.
Wow, that is so cool. What a neat thing to do.
It's fun.
Yeah, I bet it's fun. Is this, you guys do this every year?
We did it last year in the rain.
Oh gosh, Sandy. Wow.
It was an event.
Oh my
We did
gosh,
it.
that's great. I love how you harmonize so beautifully together. Has everyone been singing together for years? Is that how you managed to do it? No, Carol's making faces over there. She's like,
We're an offshoot of the Red RockAppella Chorus. So that was in existence since 2006. We chartered in 2007. Sandy was the director. And then lately, people are traveling, people are doing things. We can't keep a 30-member group together. So we thought, let's branch off into quartets. We've got Red Rock Reflections, Plan B, Synchrony. Calliope.
Yeah.
So, and then when we have to do a big event like Tlaquepaque at Christmas time, the quartets will come back together and be Red RockAppella once again.
ah, I see how that works.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. So Carol, you said you were the newbie. How long have you been involved?
What, ladies, 6 weeks?
6 weeks? Wow!
I think so. It's
That's
about 6 weeks, I
amazing.
think, yes.
Jeannie, you've been involved for a long time.
Right, since 2006 and 7 with.
And Sandy, same for you
Deb.
too. And you had too, Debbie and
She's
Diane?
been in for what?
5 years.
5 years. Ah, yes.
Nice.
Wow. So, wow. Well, it's amazing how beautifully you melt together.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
it's
Thank you.
just so fun. You know, I feel like I was born in the wrong era. You know, I want to be back when this was the type of singing you heard all the time on the radios and all the commercials, and for the breakfast cereals, you'd hear these beautiful women singing, and it was just way too much fun. Thank you for bringing that back. You know, and being able to share that with everyone so freely. I just love it. And you do it because you love it?
We love it.
You love it. I mean, it shows.
Yeah. Well, we're also doing auditions soon to be other members of our chorus. Some of us can't be there at every single gig, so we'd like to have a solid 4 that's always around. So we get a call at the drop of a hat, we could just go and do a gig.
Oh, nice.
And, or a community event. So if you're a singer who loves to sing, who has been exposed to choral music or Barbara Sharp harmonies or doo-wop or jazz, please do get in touch with us. Get in touch with Sandy Adams, get in touch with me. You know, we would love to have you come and visit us, visit a rehearsal, get some music by email, learn that music, and then come and sing and audition with us and see if we're a blend, because that's the main thing. We want to make sure we're a good blend.
Well, sure. That's the huge part of the harmonizing. Now, if they go to your website, is there a good contact for you there? If
Yes,
they go to
redrockapella.org.
Yeah. Okay, good. We can find out how to get in touch, and then there's an audition process.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So be prepared for that.
We would like to increase to an octet where we have 8 people, 2 people on each part, like Jeannie said, so that if we get a gig and somebody's out of town, we can still do it.
Oh, very, very good.
Because we have to have 4 parts.
Sure. Yeah. To
And
make
2 people on each part is optimal.
right. Certainly to fill that beautiful
Right.
sound.
Yep.
For sure. Very good. How often do you guys meet per month?
Oh,
Once a week.
usually every
Once
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, every week.
Nice.
It takes some time to do this.
Yeah, I bet it's just not something every 3 years. Like, I can sing. You know.
Just throw it together, yeah.
I mean, some people can. I have to say, some
Yeah.
people can. I am not one of those people. So,
Well, you also, we always sing without music. So you
Yes.
have to memorize your notes and words,
Okay.
and then we have to rehearse so that we get our nuances the same and our harmonies.
who picks the music?
We all kind of
collaborative.
Yeah.
It's collaborative.
Nice. Well, that's really nice. That's fun. I like your selection of Valentine's music is really lovely, of course, for they can call your loved one or drop by if it is. That'd be just too fun to do. I can think of all these people. It would just be great. But then the rest of the year, you do performances all over the place and special events. And of course, you're for hire.
Services.
Memorial services.
Also Memorial Day or Veterans Day.
Yeah,
or
we have patriotic music
program
that we
July
do.
4th.
I bet. Oh, that would be wonderful to hear. I bet not a dry eye in the room for sure.
Well, some of our patriotic is pretty upbeat.
Yeah. Well, sure. Well, patriotism always moves me so much. I want to cry anyway. It's a happy cry.
Yes.
You should see me at the 4th of July parade. I'm like bawling the whole time. Wow. Well, that's really great. And I just love what you bring back. You know, the bygone era of certain musics. I mean, music these days, I mean, my kids will say differently, but music these days is, you know, a little strange.
Yeah.
But back then, music was a delight to the ear because of the way, the purity of the notes, because of the combinations of the harmonies, because of that.
And
it
the
was
lyrics.
a delight. And the lyrics
Yeah.
were delightful, not,
Yeah.
oh my God, you didn't hear that. Or did he just say what I think he said? You know, we're so far away from the beauty and the purity of what music used to be now. Not to
We
say
do
that,
more
you know, some
popular
of it's
music
good.
too, like
Yeah.
True Colors or Beatles songs.
Oh,
I mean, we
nice.
have
Well, that's good stuff. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
good music from the past. Yeah.
Right, the good stuff. You know, you're bringing that alive and with a different version. I mean, when you guys do the Beatles together, you know, I love the Beatles. It's just amazing. It's totally different.
Yeah.
And then I feel we get the lyrics more. We really get a hold of and take to heart lyrics more when there's not all this going on in the background, and when we're carried away by the harmonies of your voices. And I'm always moved by how a human being can make sounds, stand next to each other, make other sounds, and it's so beautiful. It's so moving. You have to really have an ear. And all of you do in wonderful voices, and I can't wait to hear you sing, Carol. Carol's going to sing in the next one.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Stepping out of
So what songs are you going to sing next? You're going to sing 2 more songs for us.
I think we're going to do an old standard for Valentine's Day, Let Me Call You Sweetheart.
Nice, I love that one.
And then we are going to switch out the basses because our new bass is going to sing So Much in Love.
Oh.
We'll do that one.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Very good. RedRockAppella.org. Check it out. Go there. You want to get in touch, you know, with Jeannie or Sandy if you want to join in. You want to do the audition process. I know you do because this is just way too much fun. Plus, they dress really cool.
We do.
Very snazzy dressers. Well, thank you, ladies, each and every one, for being on the show. Thank you for continuing to keep alive the beautiful music that I love so much. I know I was born in the wrong era. What can I say? So, and thank you all very much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. As always, we really appreciate you. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, VerdeValleyTV.com, MyRadioPlace.com, and we'll see you again next time.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Oh, won't you keep the love light glowing in your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Oh, won't you keep the love light glowing in your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you, with you. As as we stroll along together, holding hands, walking all alone. So in love are we two, no one else but me and you. So in love, so much in love, so in love, so in love, so much in love, so in love. We stroll along together. I tell you I need you oh so much. I love you, my darling. Can you tell it in my touch? As we stroll by the sea together, under skies twinkling high above. So in love are we two, no one else but me and you. So in love, so much in love, so in love, so in love, so much in love, so in love, so much in